Watch this. This is a massage gun, and they're made popular by professional athletes. But news of its benefits have spread to us regular people, and in short, you want one. Put it on your Christmas list. Put it on your Christmas list for everybody you know. You want this brand, Opove M3 Pro, which is what it's called. If you trust me, you're good. Thanks for watching. But if you want to know why, stick around and I'll tell you. Hey everybody, it's me, Margaret, and Opove sent me this massage gun to review. I think that's how you say this name. I almost turned it down, but my friend Vicky, who's a physical therapist, said, massage gun? You better look into that one. So I'm gonna tell you a little story. Let me start by showing you this picture of a naked man. Yep, here he is with no clothes, no skin, no cartilage, and no fat whatsoever. And remember that most of us overweight Americans have intramuscular fat to deal with. It would be fat all in there. So we look more like a big old pot roast, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. So let's get back to this guy. You can see how the muscles are all interconnected, and you get this book with it, with the massage gun. And here's the front, and you can see how the muscles are layered, and a lot of them are sort of reliant upon one another to do the whole job of moving the arm or head or whatever. Well, this is my Aunt Ethel, who I love very much, and for years she had some really significant hip pain. They x-rayed and MRI'd her to death and never found a thing wrong with her. So they just treated the symptoms with pain relievers and steroid shots and whatnot. And then she moved out of state, and her new doctor sent her to a physical therapist, and they found out that she didn't have a hip problem at all, but it was a neck problem. Yes, there were muscles in her neck that were so tight that it was pulling her body all lopsided. And unbeknownst to her, her body was compensating by causing her to sit, stand, and move differently, which led to pain not in her neck, but in her hip. So the doctor prescribed regular visits to the physical therapist and a massage therapist, and boom, the problem was fixed. Now, why am I telling you all this? And that's because massage is not just a luxury that helps you relax. It's actually full of benefits that can help everybody. For example, it offers reduced muscle tension, improved circulation, improved skin tone, stimulation of the lymphatic system, reduction of stress hormones, increased joint mobility and flexibility, heightened mental alertness, reduced anxiety and depression, improved recovery of soft tissue injuries, helps with pain management in conditions such as arthritis, sciatica, and muscle spasms. Whew. Can I get an amen? Because there's not a single person watching this that can't benefit or have maintenance for one of those issues that I just listed below. Unless, of course, you're not human. And my YouTube demographic should definitely consider this thing, whether you exercise or not. Because if you compare this list of 50 reasons to exercise against those reasons I just gave you for massage, you're going to find that they sort of overlap. They kind of do the same thing. Not to say that a massage can replace exercise. No. But the movement of those muscles, the movement of those bodies does a lot of the same things. So even if you're not an exerciser, you might want to move the muscles in some form or fashion. The human body was built to move, so if you don't move it with exercise, then the least you could do is move it with massage. I like the way the Washington Post phrased this. They said, like a traditional massage, the gun aims to reduce inflammation by flushing extracellular fluids such as lymph fluid and venous blood out of the muscle tissue and into the circulatory system. It can help relax tight muscles, break up scar tissue and adhesions, and minimize muscle soreness and tension. A small study published in the Journal of Clinical and Diagnostic Research found percussive therapy to be as effective as massage in preventing DOMS, which is delayed onset muscle soreness. So what is percussive therapy? It's just a massage technique that moves the muscles, gets the circulation going, and gives you all those benefits I listed a minute ago. But the best part is you can do it yourself on your own time with less money. But there are pros and cons. Now, obviously, physical therapists and massage therapists are licensed, and they have spent hours studying the human body to earn those certifications, so there's that. However, a benefit to holding this gun is that you can regulate the pressure, and instantaneously you're receiving feedback about pain. Therapists, however, have to rely on your voice. You have got to communicate to them what you're feeling. And there's several reasons why humans don't necessarily want to do that very well. For example, there's some people who just want to take it. You know, I can take that pain, I can get through it. Which is not always good. Pain is often a time to tell your body that's enough. Number two, they could be trying so hard to be the good patient and follow the rules that they just keep their mouth shut, you know. I tend to do that, I admit. Or three, they assume that pain is part of the process. And in some situations, mild discomfort is, but too much could be damaging. And also, if your muscles tense up so much because it hurts, it's actually not doing any good. That the therapist cannot manipulate that muscle and to get all the things that it needs to get done to that muscle. So you're really not doing yourself any good when you tense it up like that. So keeping that in mind, you can see why holding the gun and placing it directly on the spots that you need can actually be advantageous. Now, you might say that I'm going to recommend this Opove brand because they sent it to me for free. And you might be right, except I had to do more research. I needed to know for myself, how does this thing stack up to what else is out there? And even after everything that I read, I'm going to stick with this because I drive a Toyota. Now stay with me here. These guns are all over the price range. They're just all over the board as far as price goes. And so I had to know more information, and I ran across this a lot of articles, but one in particular was very helpful. First, and I'll link it below so you could read it, but first of all, it ranked these things on 4 things, which was the design and ergonomics, its features that it offered, the battery life and charging, which is important because you don't want to be stuck in the middle and then have the battery die, right? And then of course noise. Who wants to be holding a very noisy thing, you know, up by their head? Or even if you are working on your legs, you don't want to hear all that loud noise. It's not very soothing, right? Now this gun is often compared to a popular selling brand called the Hyperice Hypervolt, and it sells for $300. And notice that this machine is $100 cheaper, and if you click the link below, you're going to notice that they'll have a coupon checkbox right underneath the price that will save you $40 off the total price of this. So look at that. So this article points out that there's not a whole lot that differentiates the 2 massage guns. It says the Hypervolt seemed to look more refined, but never having seen it, I can't imagine how it would look any better than the one I'm holding. But this may be important to you. The only significant difference that they noticed was in the percussion. The Hypervolt percussed just a bit faster on high, but they admit that it's not enough difference to choose it. So do they recommend it? Well, look at this. Quoting, "The best analogy we can come up with is that it's the difference between buying a Toyota and a Lexus. Essentially the same reliable cars, with one having a more premium fit and finish." And here you can see that I chose the Toyota Avalon over the Lexus ES hands down. So that analogy hit home for me. And one more thing, my physical therapist friend Vicki, she bought this after she came over and tried mine. She went and bought this exact model. So that's saying something too, right there. And I asked her to be on camera with me too, by the way, but she turned me down for various reasons, but that's okay. But she gave me permission to talk about it, talk about her and her choices, and she's the whole reason I'm holding this thing right here. So ask your own physical therapist if you want to see what you think, what their opinion would be of these guns, and I bet you're going to get the same response. But let's see what this thing comes with. Now it comes in this handy dandy little case, that zippered case, which works very well. I absolutely love it. I've hauled it around to all the neighbors' houses so they could try it out, and everybody thinks it's really cool. This is where your charger goes, and of course it fits in there very neatly when you take the time to put it back in, but I just want to get to the good stuff. Now mine also came with this, which includes the warranty information down here, but it also lets you, gives you a bonus. I'm not going to guarantee that because we don't know what offers they may be offering at the time you see this video. So, alright, so you get these booklets here. You get the instruction manual, which pretty much just tells you how to take care of it as a machine. And then you get this Trigger Points therapy book that I showed you a minute ago. And this is awesome for for those of us who are not massage therapists or physical therapists or anyone in the medical field who has studied the muscular system in depthly as this is. And see how the little X's are on there? And it'll show you, where you can apply the percussive therapy in order to loosen the muscle or increase the blood flow or whatever it is you need to do to help yourself get to feeling better. So here you have the unit itself, and I think it feels awesome. It's kind of a rubbery type feel right here, so that's easy to grip. And it is a little heavy, but you need it to be heavy. It has a pretty heavy duty motor in there that's doing that percussive commotion. So you turn it on right there, and then you regulate. Let's just do it. You turn it on, and you see how it changes colors. It also has a different color when you're charging. And then back here is how you turn it on. So that's low, that's medium, and that's high. And I never use it on the high. So that's one reason why I would not choose that other brand that they call the popular brand, the Hypervolt, because that was the only difference really, was maybe the way it looked and the high pressure. And that to me is a little high for my purposes. And this is your power display where your battery stands. So that's good to know too. And it's just your simple basic charger where you plug this in the bottom and plug this into the wall, and you know how to do that. And then over here you have the different attachments. And this is the one I use the most, which is probably why you see stuff all over it. This is kind of that hard foam stuff. I don't know what it's called. The rounded nature of it, I don't know. I just really like this one. This one is wonderful for running down your spine. Your spine would be in between, and those muscles on either side of the spine, oh, it feels so good. And you don't want to put it on bone because it just kind of hurts. That's uncomfortable. So this is a wonderful way to get right along the sides of that spine, and it just, oh, that's wonderful. Okay, and then this thing spreads out. I don't know what you actually would call it. You see, this one being rounded, you don't get as much surface when you apply it to your skin. This is a wider, flat surface for that. And then this one is for deep tissue massage. This is like where you could really get into those knots. I don't know about you, but I get knots up in my neck, between my neck and shoulder area, and you can actually put it on that knot and you can just work it, and you'll be so surprised at how it just releases itself. It just lets go and relaxes. So wonderful. Now, I do want to throw out one important caution, and that is to anybody who has peripheral neuropathy, which is a nerve issue that's usually brought on by, say, diabetes, or I don't know what else, but I know diabetes. And that's when you don't have the ability to feel pain or feel it as adequately as normal nerves do. So I would be very cautious about using it if you experience that, because you don't have that immediate feedback that I was talking about earlier, and you could actually be doing damage if you don't know, if you can't pull back because you're not aware of any kind of too much pain or pressure. But as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I keep this thing on low most of the time. And I just think it's awesome. Just make sure you're on the actual muscles, and you're going to feel a wonderful difference. Now, online, there are some really wonderful slow motion videos of people putting it up to their arm. You can see how my arm is shaking like that. Or can you? And they do these slow motion videos, which are awesome. They're pretty neat to watch. Now, I don't think there's a shortage of information out there on massage guns, because they have really become popular, and there is a good reason why. But I do want to shine the light on this particular brand, and not just because they sent it to me, but because I did a lot of research, and I think this would be the one that I would buy if I were to go out and choose it on my own. And that is solely because I'm all about function for the best price. And I feel like I have high quality function for the best price right here in my hand, and that's why I'm recommending it. So that's all I have to say about this. And remember, the holiday shopping time is coming, so look at the description box below, because right now there is that $40 off of this thing. Wonderful thing to go ahead and get. Shipping time is very quick, so it's not like you have to worry about, oh, is it going to get here in time? You can order at the last minute if you want to, if somebody's birthday is coming up or something like that. But go ahead, if you know somebody on your holiday shopping list that can use something like this, get it now and hide it while you can get that $40 off. So I love it. Opove M3 Pro. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.